Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Cyber Entertainment Agency. We're down to the grand finals of the ESWC Canadian Qualifier between Ze Pug Godz and Ace Gaming. And a best out of three winner of this two maps, best out of three, will represent Canada in the Electronic Sports World Cup Grand Finals or Championship Finals happening next weekend, as the White Ranger and company are starting off on Mirage CT side. And to get the opening kill here on to Ace Gaming. Make that two, as it is their map of choice. It is composed of White Ranger, Fruit, Lawson, Mario, and Maxmeister. Vez, Masaki, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, also known as Garrett, Pex, and Davey, playing on the T side, with Vez dropping to trying to even up this tally, but he's getting pushed in here from top staircase and from the site. And the pistol round comes in favor here of the counter-terrorist team to start things off at a 1-0 score, which is a great start here on a CT side of Mirage. Now to start things off easily here, it is some sort of a P250 buy. Davey went with armor as well and was able to drop Lawson to give it a 1-minute advantage here for the T side, as they're still holding out towards this middle. Waiting to see if they can get anything done. Actually, I thought Davey was middle, but he's actually trying to make noise here, lurking up towards the A ramp while the rest of them are upper B. So he's trying to force some people to rotate across. He's able to spot the first one here, but White Ranger is not biting yet. The rest of them are pushing into B now. Vez gets picked up by Maxmeister, but Pex and Garrett opens up the B bomb site, and also Davey, as the lurker, gets the kill towards A, so they know the last guy's coming out towards the market, out the window room. It is a 3 versus 1. Make that a 2 versus 1 there, as it was a 1 versus 1 inside the site that Masaki was able to win after that plant, and the eco comes in. I don't think they really bought armor on their side. It was, like I said, it was really only Davey with small armor, so looking good in a money situation and putting only the CTs on a save. Possibly a double at this point, as they couldn't get really any kills out of that after heavy investments off some machine guns. Now this round, they're sticking it as a group here for Ace Gaming, predicting a group push, as indeed we are pushing aggressively here up towards the A ramp for the counter-terrorist team with 4 guys inside the A bomb site, but as nothing really pops out and nothing really peeking mid, things have calmed down just for a second. Now they're trying to get some damage going on here towards this B bomb site. They rotated back to sack towards this B bomb site. They worked a little bit too slowly here for the terrorist team. Now just like that, Vez is the last man standing. He's trying to peek out. He gets the first one here, spots another one inside the site, knows that once that get right as well, and he's going to try to jump out. He's going to try to jump out on a 3 versus 1. He's on top, really low at 37 HP. Oh, a TK comes through with a nade. That could have been easy there if he reacted fast enough to get the kill towards that B bomb site to make it a 1 versus 1. But that's an eco after eco. We're at this point, there should be confidence coming in from the terrorist team to buy again. Yes, indeed, they will. So Masaki goes with the AK, Galil, and another AK in the hands of Davey. A Tech 9 onto Vez, while a full gun round comes through for the CT side, which is a huge heavy buy so far, except for the White Ranger. Does have his FAMAS from the last round. So that means that actually if this round is won, then you'll see a double save coming for either team. So this is a huge round needed. More so on the T side than the CT side, as it is a CT-sided map in my eyes. At this level in caliber, there's not really anything that could contradict that. So Davey's gonna lurk up here. He's gonna get spotted by Fruit. Nobody really helped him out to spot towards that catwalk, and he was trying to sell a fake towards the A site, and everybody's having their back turns. Their backs turned, should I say, and now, just like that, this is pretty much gonna be it. Both of them at 18 HP together. And Fruit picks up the last 2 easy kills, and that was just a little bit of a baffled push going on there for the T side. As, like I said, nobody really looked at their backs, and they all got shot in the back by Fruit there. So now you'll see the first save coming through for T side, possibly a second one here. Davey almost gets picked off, but they're going to stream up towards this connector side. The crossfire is set, but they're not going to get anything done there. There was 3 guys. Pretty much that's the A-bomb site, including 2 at the jungle, and the one watching the flank on that crossfire setup. No smokes or nothing to try to clear out in the area on Cat. But actually, they did lose 3 rounds in a row, so this gave enough money for Ace Gaming to go for a full buy this round here. So they are trying to lurk towards this B-bomb site again. Misaki trying to work out towards Palace, and Garrett towards the top mid. So at this point, they're going to try to take this mid control, focusing more on the underpass, trying to get the winter room, and then flash up the Cat to hit up the connector and pinch into A. So Fruit has to hold his grounds here on Catwalk and try to get the kill. The first flash comes through as he's fully blinded, but he's not even falling back. Counter flash coming up here towards upper B, but again, I think it's a fake going on here right now for Ace Gaming. DB's going to be the one creeping down towards the underpass. Peeking through is going to be Lawson and misses the off shot, so this is a huge cue for them to be able to hit towards this A-bomb site. There's that smoke being thrown from underpass up on Catwalk. He's going to try to get the entry onto White Ranger with success up on Connector, so that's already 2 defensemen down towards this A-bomb site, but they're not committing yet. They're actually waiting for the foot rotate back. Masaki still manages to get the kill onto Mario. And there you go. They crossfired up on Cap. Fruit is going to be last man standing inside the vent, making his way towards that jungle side, but he's up against a 5v1. He's going to have to try to ace to win this one. He's down to 55, and he's down to 0. As a flawless victory comes in for the terrorist team here, as the first gun round does come into their favor in terms of sheer aim. And just an unfortunate missed off shot there by Lawson at the beginning of the round. That was proved to be very costly there for the CT side. And they're going to be able to buy one more time here, but the money's about to get reset if they are to lose this one here on another flawless victory against Ace Gaming. But check that out. He's going to be opting from the bench side. Masaki was trying to do the same thing. Lawson is going to get the upper hand out of that. So Garrett's going to pick up the AWP, and he's going to try to clear mid. He said nobody's pushing up, so he should be fine to peek up towards mid. Davey dropping the opera. Davey trying to go for a second one. Puts Mario down to 49. I think he's going to fall back right after that, but a nade comes through from Vez here from the Tetris side to take down White Ranger. So slowly opening up this A-bomb site, and already got a rotation coming in though from Fruit and from Maxmeister up on the staircase, or from Mario, should I say. Max is probably still holding towards this B, so Pex is going to try to sell the fake here. He's going to drop down. Fruit's going to try to crossfire him right now. And now they notice that the site is clear, so they forced everybody out in a rotation. And they should be able to take this A-bomb site now for the last 3 members remaining, but this is going to be anybody's round, as one tap on either side could already take 1 or 2 down. Mario's down to 1 HP. Bomb is now planted. Vez trying to go for a double peek coming through. Now they know that Garrett is towards the A ramp, and Mario drops his gun midair as he was trying to pick up another one there. But Garrett's still at full HP. Down at the A ramp, going for a white peek, and he's still bring the fight. Why are you bringing the fight? Fruit is going to clutch that 1 versus 1 and give the defuse here for Ace Gaming to make it 5-2. The bomb was planted deep inside the site, so he knew that Fruit was out in the open, and at that point had to push up against him. But he still decided to peek out to bring the fight towards him and lost an AK versus USP. And that puts Ace Gaming here in a dire situation for a full buy, but Reset could be coming back on either side, and it's looking to be a reset on Ace Gaming side, as White Ranger drops 2 quickly at the beginning of the round at the A ramp, including the bomb carrier spotted at the A ramp. A flash coming through, double peek out towards the balcony, trying to beat up the tally, but Lawson's still inside the site. Davey now finally moves up towards that Tetris. 2 more still spotted, one at jungle, one at the staircase. Oh man, that flash initially thrown by Fruit blinded himself and his teammate, and Davey also flashed out to give him enough time to move out towards Sandwich. 2 big flashes there. Fruit is totally blinded. Oh, he doesn't spot him. It's a 2v2 now, but at least Davey was able to creep by here towards the jungle side. Max Meister on a big flank towards the A ramp. Peeking through, he loses the fight. Vez now in a 2 versus 1. 42 seconds left on the clock. He doesn't know that Max Meister is flanking from behind. Oh, he just spotted. That's it. He knows that the bomb is down too, so he's just going to play the patient game in the angle. And that's now going to be 2 unanswered rounds and a reset on the money here against Ace Gaming. Small mistake there as they capitalize on takes, but they're just working so slowly. The save round comes through. They're all dropping towards the underpass. Trying to move up here, but Lawson is holding it down. Mario's also on the top of the window. They're trying to trade it out. Nice spray there through the wall. Taking down the second one, trying to go for a third, but runs out of bullets. But his friends should be able to come up soon to to help him out. And White Ranger is going to be one that takes the pick. And it's now going to be 7-2 in favor of Ze Pug Godz, which is actually going quite well here for this quote-unquote Pug team. Mario gambling it right now, pushing into the palace from the jumps that he has. It's going to stay clear for now. They smoke out towards the top. They spot Garrett. They're going to force an incendiary grenade out, force him out of position. Puts Fruit down to 49 HP after that, but he still burns him down. Counter-terrorist team or should I say the terrorist team are now trying to reset things up, but Mario gets another one onto Davey, who keeps on lurking towards that A site. This time could get an entry. This time it's going to be Vez that makes it through, though. At the Tetris, drops down Mario, trying to force them to rotate across, but Pex only has 1 HP. So Vez has to get 1 or 2 more kills right now to really sell the fake for them to make inside this B bomb site unscathed. But Fruit's spotting it right now at upper B. I think the rest of them are just meeting up. They're just going to go for a 3-man push inside A. Oh, big flash. He doesn't know that White Ranger's at the staircase. Finally spots him, but a little bit too late. And a nice reaction shot. Nicer than Vez. White Ranger gets the kill, at least to get the bomb plant. Now Pex is going to be the last man standing on a 4v1. He's just going to say, alright, screw that. There's no way I'm winning this one. So I'm just going to let them defuse. I'm going to save my AK-47. Because even with the bomb plant coming through, that's a round loss. It's $2,900 plus the $800. That's going to put them at $3,700 here for Davey for them to all be able to buy. Pex could even drop the AK and go for another AK himself to let his teammates go for full nades on Davey if he wanted to. But he's not going to do that. Davey's just going to go for armor and AK-47. So they're going to count on sheer aim to try to get the entries here towards the A site. Still stays out pretty standard right now for the terrorist team. Davey, who was lurking towards A site for entries, didn't work, so he's going to try towards B this time to see if he can capitalize on any mistakes, usually towards Fruit that's spotting it out. But that's 1 smoke, that's 2 smokes. So it's probably going to be a 50-second push right now for Ace Gaming. They're actually going to flash through the smoke to run through. Screw that. So one's at the bench. Incendiary grenades being thrown back. Max Meister getting the first kill, but then traded out by Misaki at the bench. Garrett can't jump through the window as he's burning down to 45 HP, sorry. At least the bomb is planted. It's time to hold their grounds. Davey watching the flank, Vez on the flank as well, as he drops 2 of his own up on that catwalk. Now they're going to try to go for the defuse. And he smokes it out! He actually smokes out the diffuser! Why'd you throw a smoke on the diffuser? That was a T smoke being thrown, if I'm not mistaken, right? That was a terrorist smoke thrown by Vez. And let the White Ranger go for an easy defuse. I do not get it. Well, at that point, at least they get a bomb plant. Max bonus bunny bus plus another plant. They're going to be able to go for another gun round in here. As Max Buster gets the opening kill into Masaki. Lawson spotting a few towards mid. But the 1 minute advantage comes in and makes it a little bit harder right now for the terrorist team to set up. And I'm sorry, I was just looking back at my stream right now, and indeed it was Vex's smoke. Oh my god. Mistakes. Well, now Davey's gonna try to get entries here. He's towards the sandwich. He's making a lot of noise. I know that he's there. He's able to get 1 kill there onto Lawson. Gets his second one onto White Ranger, but quickly traded out here by his opponent. Now, Gary's going to be the last man standing. Of course, he's spotted with the bomb down. 20 seconds left on the clock. He drops down. Doesn't know one is at the corner. At the bench side, and that's it. So 10-2 is our score, and Ze Pug Godz is dominating right now the CT side, and I'm still a little bit flustered by 2 or 3 rounds that the terrorist team should have won here. Which would have forced the change of the economy as well, which definitely wouldn't have made a 10-2 score for Ze Pug Godz. It would have been probably the reverse. Because getting those rounds, forcing ecos, winning ecos as well, it probably could have been like a 6, maybe not a 6-6, but maybe like a 7-5 or something right now in favor of T side. Now, just like that, they're getting totally dominated, trying to get entries here up towards this A site. Again, trying to move up without any smokes or any flashes. Garrett's getting shot in the back from all angles, and that's it. Masaki's last man standing gets picked off. And that's going to be now another round unanswered for the CT side. And we're looking at 7 so far. And you know what? It's okay, because it's still Mirage, which is also Ze Pug Godz map choice. The next one is going to be Cobble here, which is going to be the map choice of Ace Gaming. Lawson dropping Davey to start things off, and through the smoke, the White Ranger gets another one onto Vez. Pex is going to try to get an opening out towards mid, so they're still going to try to commit here. They're all actually all split up. Masaki is also towards B. Garrett needs an entry right now towards this A ramp. He spots one towards trip box. Flashes are being thrown. Oh, he misses a smoke. He's going to smoke himself out on top of that. So that because of that, he's going to be forced to fall back towards mid. So meet up with his teammates, and they're going to have to go for B with no choice here. Maxmeister is waiting on the top of B, though. As that smoke dissipates, as soon as he peeks back out, he's going to see 2 guys out here. Oh, he keeps the angle. But his leg was sticking out. Masaki gets the kill, opens up the B bomb site. The rest of the guys are also towards A, so this is a big round right now for them to go for the plant. They have to set up real well in the post setup, though, for the terrorist team. 1 flanking out towards Catwalk, 2 towards the market. Make that 2 towards Catwalk, 2 towards market. Pex goes for the flashover. Drops 1. Quickly traded out by White Ranger as Masaki keeps things alive. But then Fruit moves in and gets the kill. And the easy defuse comes across as they just couldn't win the fights. 1 versus 1. So it's going to be 12-2 with one more round to go. Again, $3,500 max money still, as they haven't won a round in the past 8. And a bomb plant coming through, they will be able to buy. And they're going to try to count on Masaki, who does have a long A spawn here, and try to fight against Lawson, who likes to pick up towards that bench side. But looks like Masaki is going to opt. No, he's going to go towards Palace to opt. So Lawson's looking through, will not see anything yet. Davey falls down first. 1:20 left on the clock, and finally it's going to be a little bit more of a faster execute here for the terrorist team of Ace Gaming. They smoked out towards all of the A bomb site inside the spawn at the staircase. Vez with a one-way smoke from Tetris gets the headshot onto White Ranger. Peck's going with the plan at the default spot. Here comes the attempt of a retake, but it's a 4 versus 4. You still have an op in the hands of Masaki up at Palace. He sees the barrel of the gun of Lawson. Will win that fight, op versus op. Ace then on to Mario. Leaving now Fruit and Maxmeister, last two remaining. Masaki with a quick scope, peeking out towards the balcony side. And Fruit is going to be LMS trying to move out now. He's actually still going to go for it, of course, because it's the last round, spamming left and right. But Will cannot get it, and finally, Ace Gaming puts one on the scoreboard to end the bleeding after losing 8 consecutive rounds. It's going to be 12-3 on the first half, as we're going to wait to switch sides. But still a comfortable lead, no matter what, here for Ze Pug Godz to start things off. If they actually get this pistol round with a waterfall, with just the way that they're sure aiming so far. Right, they do have a spawn for B, and it's looking that they're going to be looking that way. And they're just going to set up for an A take. Here it comes. The smoke and 2 flashes towards the staircase. They're running up the A ramp. Everybody's blinded inside the side. A nice smoke for CT spawn as well. And as they're pushed up, this gives a chance for Fruit to plan for Catwalk, but nobody peeked out from Catwalk to look back towards the A site. At least they're still retaking the site so far for Ace Gaming. They dropped 2. But now it's Vez with 1 HP. 3 up on the ramp side. All 3 guys on the ramp side for Ze Pug Godz. And Mario lines up 3 kills. Masaki's the last man standing, and whoever threw that flash just flashed the whole team, and they couldn't retake it towards the site when they knew all 3 guys were towards A ramp. And just like that, heartbreaking round that could have been an easy retake there for the CT side. And this is something that I do too. I just have my POV on Masaki is just switching weapons really quickly. When I get flustered and frustrated, I always spam 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. I know, knowing that it's a round that it should have been won by the team that actually was going for the retake, and actually losing that. And also facing the first map loss against Ze Pug Games, or Ze Pug Godz. Sorry, it's quite frustrating. ZPG once again setting up here for an A take. Fruit right now just watching a Palace push as an enemy is in there, but he rotates out. He rotated out just around the corner. And that's Davey that's pushed all the way up there. Here's the first flash as they're still creeping through, and here they come walking up. Davey is going to peek out first, and when he won't see anything, he's going to walk back towards the top of the balcony and try to get a few kills. Meanwhile, though, his teammates are falling one by one. He finally spots one towards the sandwich, but cannot get a kill, and just like that, they all get dispatched. And 14-3 will be our score so far in this second half, first map. And they're 1 away from bringing this to map point here for Ze Pug Godz, and still in a broke situation, and they don't want to buy for the save. They don't want to buy for the tie, or save for the tie, they want to buy for the win. So they're going with Deagle, Armor, CZs, and 5.7s. Davey still manages to get the first kill here onto Fruit as he's pushing towards the Palace one more time. That was only an MP7 lost here for Ze Pug Godz. He could still try to pick it up, but he wants to play it safe. Doesn't want to give his position away, and doesn't want to white peek for no reason. So once he hears his execute towards the safe side again, he could walk down the palace, pick out the MP7, and then try to go for the flank there. Probably going to wait for a 1-minute throws. No, it's going to stay safe for now. The 58-second throw and execute here. And here it comes. This time, Davy's going to try to flank from behind, but Lawson and White Ranger are clearing out the site meanwhile. So this is going to have to rotate a lot faster than usual. They're still holding it slowly right now towards the A ramp. They haven't come in inside the site. This gives enough time here for Davy to push up. Smart move here for Pex just to hold it out. He gets the first kill, but then quickly traded out by Lawson, and Pex couldn't connect his CZ. Lawson gets a 3K, and it's now match point for the first map in favor of Ze Pug Godz. So counter-terrorist team here now having money. Well, not having money, actually, since they went for a force buy the round before and only got 2 kills. They're going to be broke as a joke again in this round here and looking to win 12 rounds in a row. ZPG slowly setting up right now for another 8 taken. It's just been the story of how they're executing this site, and it's working every time, so I don't really need to change anything here. And even if they lose this round, I think they're going to try to execute the same thing again. Meanwhile, Garrett getting the first kill there towards mid onto Lawson. Here comes the execute. But you do have 3 guys inside the site this time. Maxmeister trying to lead the charge. Nice flash to blind his opponent, but clearly traded out by Masaki inside the site. But Mario from Sandwich will avenge his teammate. One more towards Connector. And a nice, actually a great crossfire set up by Garrett and by Davy, playing from Connector and also from the balcony respectively, to clear out the first entries, but then they couldn't really look back towards the balcony and try to clear out the site. So nobody really walked in there. They just really wanted to try to fight towards that Connector side. So they stay alive, and Ze Pug Godz say, okay, well, maybe we're going to do something differently there. I thought they were still going to try to do it. But this time they did see a stack from Ace Gaming on that side, so White Ranger is going to try to start things off here on B side. Bomb is also there. They're crab walking towards upper B to try to get an entry. No smokes come through, so they know that there's 2 guys playing towards B side, so it's default going on, at least in their knowledge here, for this terrorist team. And as soon as this dissipates, usually last time we saw it, when Ace Gaming was doing that, they just flashed through the smoke. Now they got a molly through the smoke, actually, and try to run through. Incinerator grenades for the counter. Big flashes above the side as well. Everybody's blinded, but a trade comes through. Garrett is still alive at get right spot. 2 of them are lit right now for Ze Pug Godz. They're trying to go for this plant. Meanwhile, Garrett is still waiting for his teammates to move up with him. He does get 1 kill towards the bench. The last 2 guys make that 3. Make that 2 now. Are spotted at upper B and at Van. Lawson getting the kill onto Garrett, and now it's going to be close. 2 of them very low health for either side of the team. Lawson now the last man standing. A flash comes through, but he's not blinded. He's trying to jump out, gets the first kill. Will he get the defuse on time? He will. And Davey keeps the team alive thanks to the kit. Lawson trying to run through the smoke. Masaki waiting for him right now with that AWP inside the winter room. Oh, he actually falls back for a bit here. As soon as his smoke dissipates, he's going to peek out, but Garrett's going to get the upper hand. 2 of them now down, trying to keep the dream alive here as they spot 2 more inside the A side. Fruit, last man standing, taken down by Davey, and that's a flawless victory and a great hold right there for Ace Gaming towards that A bomb site. Now it's a 4 versus 4. Executing towards the A-bomb set again. There's a smoke towards the staircase. There's one towards jungle. There's one towards spawn. But a nice counter incendiary grenade towards this palace. Keep them from pushing out. So Fruit is forced to throw a smoke and run through. But Masaki is winning with the AWP. They're still coming in right now for ZPG. They will get a bomb plant. They're going to spot one towards the staircase. They're going to spot two towards the staircase. An incendiary grenade picked up by White Ranger here. They're trying to flame it out. And a big nade coming through there. Vez is down to 15 HP, and they're holding it out so far. Vez is burned out. Mario gets the kill, and this could be it. 2 versus 1. And the first map is won here by ZPG 16-6 against Ace Gaming. So we'll wait soon and see what's going to happen on the second map of Cobble. So let's take a quick break here, and we'll move on to the second map here on the Cyber Interactive Entertainment Agency.
Stop playing, start giving! Let the games begin.
Dead already. Let's move. We are. We're not leaving.
Boys and girls, welcome back here to the Cyber Entertainment Agency, looking at the second map on Cobble between Ace Gaming and Ze Pug Godz. Ace Gaming looking to bring this to a third map here as they got somewhat dominated on the first map chosen by Ze Pug Godz. This time it is their map of choice. Ze Pug Godz starting off on T side as they're pushing up towards middle. It is Lost in Fruit, the White Ranger, Max Meister, and Mario. And they're going to commit into this A bomb site with nobody really there. They went for a 5-man stack here with one guy pushing long, so the same usual positioning for the CT side right now, but the retake is real right now for Ace Gaming. Garrett trying to flank up towards that middle, but the bomb is planted. Pex getting another kill. Davey then retaliated back by Fruit, but they're closing inside slowly here into the site. They're still holding their grounds though. 3 versus 2, make that a 2 versus 2. Now Fruit is stuck inside the site, gets the shot. Now 1 versus 1, being hunted down. He drops down, he jumps on the roof, and it's a huge fight right now against Vez as well. Vez gets the kill, and he's looking for that bomb, and he's gonna have enough time for that defuse. So that is gonna be 1-0 in favor of Ace Gaming. A close call, but a great retake there for the counter-terrorist team, and that's gonna be 1-0 to start off big for their side there of Ace Gaming. It is composed of Get Right, Davey, Vez, Pex, and Maxaki. As, to no surprise, it's time for Davey with the shotgun. Although I'm not sure how it's set up right now at Comic-Con, because it's actually live in person on LAN in Montreal. I don't know if the terrorist team have actually looked out as how they're playing it, and I think they are, because this is the second time they're just running up this middle, and it's given to them because Garrett is actually pushed up way too far. Now Fruit getting the opening kill. They're pushing up towards Connector as well. Davey is down at the same time. A third one is spotted here. Garrett's getting hunted down by Lawson, who gets picked off with the Tech 9, and just like that, it's a 4-on-2 situation. Finally, as Vez trying to narrow it down towards that Connector side. Drops one inside the chicken coop, not the chicken coop, but towards the vents. Masaki, now the last man standing, will have to save his UMP there, as they are going to try to hunt him down. So he's looking back towards B, but Lawson is making his way towards upper B. Going head-to-head here against Masaki, and takes him down. So it's going to be 1-1. Nothing saved up here for Ace Gaming. And they're going to be forced on a save. And that's the reason why I was asking that. If they actually were watching and spectating the last match, Ace Gaming should have expected that if they were going to choose Cobble, that they should expect ZPG to be studying how these guys have been playing the CT side. And every time they've been doing it, it's because one guy was pushed all the way up towards A and they leave the middle ramp open. And then twice on pistol round, once on this full gun round. And now this time here, you can see Lawson is already at T-spawn waiting for that push towards the A ramp. But Mario is clearing out towards this B bomb site here, with only the White Ranger being the casualty so far for the terrorist team. Now towards the drop zone. Pex is trying to set up here at an angled spot for a P250 kill out inside a drop zone. But we're still going to try to clear out towards upper B. Smoke comes through. Good job here by Mario to throw that AK all the way in the back here, giving it to Fruit at the same time, not giving a chance for Davey to pick it up. So Davey, because of that, will be forced to fall back towards B. But they are split up so far. Garrett at this point should start peeking through to at least get some information, because they're left in the dark. And just because of that, they're caught dropping down and the flank, and the B side now open. Garrett, if he's running towards upper B right now, he could actually catch this FAMAS and try to save it, but he's walking a little bit too slowly, which gives a chance for Mario to just cover that FAMAS left back now. It is a 4-on-1 here. So he hears a lot of footsteps under him, so he's looking for the exits. He's about to get hunted down now. Davey, or should I say Mario, watching the corner. Getting the pick and getting the kill. So now it's going to be 2 unanswered rounds, and because of that, that's going to be a double save as well for the counter-terrorist team, as they couldn't manage to get any kills. Now they're going to push down aggressively towards mid. Big flash, though, to hold him back. And that gives enough time here for the terrorist team to position themselves. The flash comes through. Lawson runs across, getting one, opening the A bomb side. Masaki trying to flank across, but Fruit was still holding back towards the T spawn, and now everybody's just getting dispatched. Vez is going to be the last man standing inside B, and this is going to be a flawless round here. With only one guy being damaged to 67, that is going to be Mario. They couldn't really put an impact right now for Ace Gaming against Ze Pug Godz. And they're totally losing so far the map that they've chosen on the side that they get to choose as well, which is going to be the CT side, which is quite interesting to note that Ze Pug Godz are totally outplaying them to their own strategies. Again, look at that. 3 guys towards B. This time at least Pex is holding towards the top mid, but Garrett is still pushed up towards A ramp. Can't really do any, or long A, can't really do anything to try to support his teammates. So this is going to be an open site for them to take. Pex at least is able to slow it down for a tad bit, but Garrett, look at that, is still walking this whole time. Mario evens things up in a 4v4. Garrett finally running through, going for that flank, is going to be able to take down Fruit, and finally, they're closing in towards this A-bomb site, all thanks to Pex to get those kills. If Pex actually didn't get the first kill and slowed things down for a bit, this would have been definitely an overrun site there for Ze Pug Godz, and a forced retake going on for the CT side again. So 3-2 is our score here. Still not enough for an op for Ace Gaming, as they're counting for one in the hands of Masaki or Get Right. And of course, it's going to be a full gun round now for the T side. And you see, they don't even worry about middle right now. I'm looking at Lawson. He's not really picking towards mid doors. All he's doing is watching the long A, because he knows eventually Garrett's going to peek out. But he's going to sort of get his position away, forcing Garrett to stop pushing aggressively because he was heading out towards that area. He's still walking it here. The rest of them are working back towards this B bomb site. Lawson going to meet up with his teammates. The bomb making his way the long way towards the T spawn. And here comes the molly to go towards that drop zone. No, they're going to go for the smoke towards the window side and drop. Now let's see if they can hold it down. Lawson still winning with his AWP. Flash coming through. Lawson spotting him here. Easy headshot onto Davey, so it's a 4 versus 4. They're still coming in towards this B bomb site. They're going towards upper B now. Can they hold it for the CT side? Masaki's inside the site. One boosted up on the tree. Big smoke coming through. He's spammed across. He drops 2 through the smoke with a single clip spray. Great job there to take down Fruit and Mario. Vez also getting another kill. Masaki spamming through the smoke and getting lucky there. And Vez sweeps up the last 2, and that's a great round there for the luck of the draw. You know what? Sometimes you have to count on that luck. They're also able to salvage an AWP from that round as well from the hands of Lawson, so that gives a chance for Masaki to actually opt out towards B. And from that, they could actually take the advantage of playing 2 towards A, because Masaki actually has a good spawn to make it all the way towards Chicken Coop, but op it there. And Garrett's pushing up one more time. Here's the flash. Oh, he's going to see the bullet. He's going to see the belt. He's peeking out now, and he gets dominated there. Now it's up to Pex. Pex at middle, forced to fall back towards the A site. They haven't really rushed through for ZPG, though, so this gives a chance right now for a 2-2. But still one lurker on the other side. It's going to be a White Ranger waiting for that rotate, and he's going to try to flank him across. But after that, when the first one has fallen down, they're rotating back towards B. But a great display of patience here for the CT side. Vez is going to hear the drop. Vez is going to win that drop. And the rest of them are pushing towards this B bomb site still. Still coming in right now is going to be ZPG. Looking back to spot Masaki, who does get the op kill from the fountain area. Quickly traded out by Lawson in the drop zone. He gets 3 kills of his own. And then, just like that, it's a 2 versus 1. And Lawson looking for an ace. And not only that, but Lawson went with the bomb in his back instead of going towards long B. With his team, that is crazy. That is huge confidence right there. Now the last one's about to peek out. He takes him down. The molly's being thrown. But at least the position's given away. He has no idea where Fruit is at. As he peeks through, Fruit gets the win on that 1 versus 1 fight. And that makes the score now 4-3 and somewhat makes the money a little bit tough now for the CT side, although Davey has $3,300. He could buy, yeah, there you go. He could buy an auto shotgun, as I was about to say, and still play towards the drop zone. So it's still somewhat of a gun round, full gun round here for this counter-terrorist team, minus the fact that they don't have an op. And again, it's okay for them to go for small armor to just try to save the economy a little bit here. And the smart move is that Vez could have afforded it, but he didn't go for it because the AK is just a little bit stronger. One tap to the dome and that's it. So it nullifies the fact that you need head armor here. Vez is going to capitalize on a kill towards that B side, so they're just going left and right here for everybody on the T side. And now they're reconvening back towards that middle. Now the reason why I say it's okay for you to save for that $400 that could be in your pocket, I mentioned it before, but this gives you a chance as well to set up and have money for a buy on the next round after, if you need to, in terms of a victory. If you actually, in this situation, though, if they actually lose it, they're going to be forced to save because the money would get reset. But Vez dropping out right now. They're trading out the A-bomb site. Vez is picked off now. 3-on-2 situation. Fruit is pushed all the way up towards the balcony side. In the back of the A site. Lawson watching the connector. But he peeks at the wrong moment as they have a simultaneous peek from the vent room and also from the connector. So at least information is given there and the crossfire is set up. Pex looking through, taking his opponent down from behind. And that flashed himself to his own teammate. And that gives a chance for Mario to bring it to a 1 versus 1. Pex peeks out, finally wins that fight with 19 HP remaining. That was a close call. They keep it alive, but still, with that victory that they have, that's 3250 that they win from that round. And Misaki and Davey are still broke. 3500, sorry, and Misaki and Davey are still broke. But at least on the terrorist side, they are also broke as well. They're going to try to go for a Tech 9 push and try to take down Garrett here. But Garrett forced to fall back, and he's able to fall back unscathed here towards the A ramp. They're still committing towards here. Oh, Davey with the shotgun in the head of Maxmeister. That smoke was supposed to be intended for connector, but it bounced off Maxmeister and behind them. So that gives a huge opening for Davey to still look through with the shotgun. And the crossfire is set up. He's trying to go long range here against the White Ranger and gets picked off finally. Maybe you should have switched to your pistol there. Not too effective long range for that shotgun. Garrett holding inside the side at least is able to slow things down for a bit. Lawson running all the way back to B, but there's going to be one guy waiting for him there, and that's going to be Misaki. So he goes into the drop zone, and he's actually going to try to come through the connector, but Vez is waiting for him there with the pistol. This is going to be it. Coming head-to-head back towards B. Misaki waiting for them, and finally, Ace Gaming takes the lead in this first half. But it's still a big advantage coming in right now. 9 rounds being played and you get 4 so far on T side. You really can't complain about that. And they didn't get a bomb plant either here, so this gives a chance right now for Ace Gaming to slowly take the lead out of this if they could actually win this round right here. Making a lot of noise now as they're going for a boost, but White Ranger's waiting right there. There you go. Just too much noise there by Misaki in the grassy area for that boost, and now they know that Vez is around that corner as well. So that's where they're pre-firing that shot. White Ranger getting another kill, and Vez finally going for a double kill of his own. I don't know why Max jumped. And Vez, with the last 3 bullets, gets the headshot onto Fruit. Now Mario spots him. It's a 3 versus 1. They're going to close in on him right now as the information is given away. 42 seconds left on the clock, and he's going to look back towards the drop zone. And he's going to try to flank all the way through the connector, but Pex is waiting for him there. And Pex is going to get the kill. And it's now going to be 6-4 with the money being reset. So it's going to be a save round coming in for Ze Pug Godz. You're going to see them at probably P250s and Tech 9s. And with the money that they have remaining, they're not going to go for armor here, except for those that could actually go for an armor buy. Just to save up in the same economy as the team. So you only have the White Ranger with the armor. And they're going to try to go towards a B-side hold. Probably going to try to catch one off guard here inside the drop zone. And if they do after that, they're going to try to take over B. You also still have Vez, though, at upper B behind Freiburg box. Masaki just at the nook just under the entrance of B. But now he's going to look back to support with Davey, which is actually the best rotation ever right now. Best timing as well. The crossfire is set up. Masaki is dropping 3 of his own. Back to the USP, draws the bomb here at the same time. Here's the other 2 drop, gets the support from his team as well. And they should manage to win this round in a flawless victory. Especially with that molly to keep him back. And look at that, so much fire. Forcing them back towards this drop zone area, and they're a pin. Grenades after grenades, mollies. Pex could also throw one as well. Oh, a dink comes through onto Pex. So they might not be able to win a flawless victory here with 30 seconds left on the clock. Vez is coming from the drop zone flank. White Ranger moving through, and Pex finally sweeps up the kill as they had the better crossfire set up for the CT side. And that's 4 unanswered rounds now for Ace Gaming. So great play so far being done by Ace Gaming here. I see Pug Godz on his gun round looking to reassess. They're trying to catch Garrett on a push, but Garrett actually switched things over. He's playing towards the B bomb site this time, and he's down to 19 HP. And that's a small mistake there. He's always being caught playing somewhat aggressively and always getting or picked off or on low health. And that gives him a big disadvantage trying to hold out this B bomb site now. Once inside the drop zone, it's open for them. Nobody's playing it. Masaki is able to get the kill, but he's at 4 HP, so the B-bomb set is very weakened so far. Max Meister through the drop. Garrett now at Chicken Coop, while Lawson is still trying to hold it back towards mid. So they're still holding 3 towards mid. They're closing in onto Garrett right now. They should be able to get the kill. Easy one there. And now it's the easy plant with a 3 versus 3. Could still be anybody's round, but it's up to Lawson with the way that he's lurking. Spots Pex, easy kill there into the drop zone. Looking back towards window, sees Davey jump through, sees a second one drop through. He's flashing down towards the drop zone, and Vez was fully blinded. So now at least he knows that Davey, the last man standing, was inside drop zone as well. So they're setting up angles to try to hold it back. That's going to peek out towards Chicken Coop. Max Meister is going to spot Davey, pick him off, and it's now going to be 7-5. In favor of the CT side. At least a full bonus money comes through to get a bomb plan as well. And also the amount of rounds that was won from Ace Gaming side, they will be able to buy here. And they really are trying to change things around. They really put Garrett at a different spot, so might be the call here for them to play it a little bit differently. At the same time, Masaki is not playing the drop zone. Should I say, Davey's not playing the drop zone. Davey's the one playing long. So they're really not utilizing him for the shotgun anymore. And there you go. There goes that adaptation I was talking to you guys about. When they noticed how they were used to how Ace Gaming was playing their CT side, they changed things around. And that's how they won those 4 rounds in a row. But still, lost 5 rounds on the first half out of 12, which is not too good to start things off. Masaki holding it down, dropping Max Meister on a 1 versus 1. No setup for trades, really. But they still have a chance to overtake here this B bomb site. With Vez at the drop zone, White Ranger's going to try to take him down. Mario trades through as he drops in the front. So now it's a 3 versus 3. Make that a 2 versus 2. So trades come through across from the drop zone. One's at the flank. It's going to be Fruit, but misses that fight against Misaki, who's coming in big with a 3K of his own. But there's 10 seconds left on the clock. White Ranger has to do something quick, and he's just going to go for the plant. At least he gets that. Oh, he then gets spammed down by Masaki, but get right. I gotta stop saying that. Garrett comes through towards the main entrance and then picks him up there. Get right. Garrett. Sounds the same. Although skill-wise, probably not. But 8-5 is our score with the bomb plant coming through here. The money has been reset by a win-1, lose-1, though, so you'll see some Tech 9 armors again, which has been quite successful for them in the first few ecos that they've done, but at some point the CTs have caught on to it, so they have to play it a little bit faster this time. Lawson trying to sell a fake here, lobbing that smoke grenade at the entrance of B, and here comes the flash for them to drop into the drop zone. I'm pretty sure they're going to run through the smoke too. So Lawson's setting up for that flash. And it's going to drop straight down towards that floor. Boom. Davies blinded. Here comes that push down. They see and hear a lot of drops. And they're actually all going towards that connector. The small mistake right now, though, is that Lawson has the bomb. He actually didn't go down with them. If they actually get this kill, he's going to drop down to get the kill. Oh, Davey manages to escape right on time. And Vez is waiting for them to help him out. Oh, that was unlucky timing right there, as now Maxmeister, the last man standing, gets the dink there onto Masaki, but this is going to be Ace's round to win. And it's now going to be 9-5. With one more round to go in the first half, finally, Ace Gaming has picked things up a little bit here, and a 10-5 is going to be a decent first half here if they're able to get this last one. Downtown Toronto, man, you guys hear a lot of fire trucks and ambulances and cops. Not because it is a crime city, but I have no idea why, but all these condo buildings downtown, their alarms always goes off, so there's so many, like, fake alarms going through. Nonetheless, though, in this gun round now, the terrorist team are holding back towards T-spawn, waiting for the aggressive push again. But this time, they actually leave long A open. Pex and Garrett are both looking at the same spot, and you can see right now, if you're looking through the point of view of Pex at the X-ray, that everybody's creeping up towards long. This is huge right now. I don't know why nobody wants to play A. A long. They're both looking there. And there you go. Now they get spotted, but this might be a little bit too late. They're already 4 edged up towards the entrance. Maxmeister, sorry, is going to come through the doorway, sorry, and drop 2 of his own. And there you go. That's exactly what I was telling you about. Why are you just playing A open? If it's not long A, it's going to be mid A. And now the bomb plant comes through on a 4 versus 1. The round's going to come in favor here of the terrorist team. They're going to end the half 9-6, which is looking actually really good here for Ze Pug Godz now that they take over the quote-unquote easier side. Now, I've had the discussion before here with Moses when I was casting this on ESEA as to what he thinks is a more heavy-sided map here for Cobble now on CSGO. He says it's still more of an even map, maybe more towards T side now, because not many teams know how to play that drop zone now. And by getting that drop zone, it actually opens a lot right now for the terrorist team to overtake a B bomb site, or even cut through towards the rotation if they're able to make it through the connector. So that being said, this is Ace Gaming's map choice. So maybe they have something up their sleeve here to make it a little bit of an easier side for them on T side. And it's actually going live for us to figure out what's going to happen in this pistol. And because of that as well, back in the 1.6 days in Source, you always saw like a 3-2. Now you're focusing 4 guys towards the A-bomb sites to always start things off. So you do have Pex lurking towards mid, but the rest of them are walking towards this long B. And a smarter move right now is that White Ranger and his teammates are playing long range right now versus the Glocks. Well, I never knew. Okay, I was gonna say I never knew you could spam it across with a block, but it's actually Davey that was spamming with the Tech 9. Gets a headshot long range. Fruit spotting one on the top of the drop zone. The bomb gets planted at least, and they're trying to close in. Fruit getting the kill. Maxmeister as well. One spotted at Freiburg box. Fruit's gonna try to bring the fight towards him. It's a 3 versus 2 situation. He manages to get another kill onto Vez. Davey cannot capitalize on his kills. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Fruit has to push it in. They don't have a kit. There comes that defuse. Pex trying to watch the flank, does get the kill, so the round's going to come in for the T side there. They should have pushed through. They knew at least where Debut was at. They could have pushed it down to a 2 versus 1, and then tried to go for a body shield, but Pex just played the smarter move with the lurk there. And it's going to be the terrorist team's round to win, to make it now 10-6. Saki getting the opening kill onto White Ranger there as they're rushing in towards this B bomb site. As of course we have a save round coming through here, or a pistol buy for the counter-terrorist team. They're trying to boost up, but Pex is watching that flank, so he's going to be able to get this kill quite easily here, unless Fruit is just holding the angle. Smart move from him right now. And Pex is walking straight up right now. This could be a missed time right now. No, he spots him. He crouches on time. Kills him with the MP7. And the last two guys will look at saving their investment here of 5-7 armor. So this puts another round on the board here for Ace Gaming, and looking very good right now for them to try to bring this to a third map. If it actually goes to a third map, it's going to be Train. So now, of course, after that pistol armor buy, they're still pretty broke here for the counter-terrorist team, so they're going to try to utilize another boost here up at upper B. They were hurt. They can't get the boost. They can't jump. They just wasted like 30 seconds. Okay, maybe not 30, but they wasted a lot of time here trying to go for that stack. But at least they come back to get the kill on the trade here towards the B bomb site. T's are moving across. Mario trying to get the kill here with the 5-7 long range. There's only 2 more remaining right now. Nades are coming through. He's at 15 HP. He does get a dink onto Masaki dropping down. They drop the bomb carrier as well. And they're trying to get that fight to them. But this should still be the terrorist round to win. But if they manage to get another kill right now, and they do, this is a big save and a good one there coming in for ZPG. We're forcing 3 gun buys right there. Of course, Peck still at least has the MP7, so he's going to be able to go for a full buy with the AK-47 and still looking good on the money for 2 of them, which is going to be Vez and Pex. But like I said, you just forced 3 buys there and hurting the economy here. If you could actually win these next 2 rounds on the CT side, ZPG should be coming back in this game. They're going to go for the boost onto Freiburg box again. And that is going to be the White Ranger that's going to be spotting it. Mara re-smoking right now as Lawson gets the kill into the drop zone onto Davey. That's a huge entry fragger slash lurker there that's taken down. And Garrett's trying to do the same thing. He's down to 2 HP after that dink. But unfortunately fortunately for Garrett, there's no nades actually in the hands of ZPG, so he manages to walk out of that one alive. But again, you're trying to bring the fight. You have 2 flashes and a smoke, and you're just trying to go for a face pick. He did throw 1. But this should be it here. They open up the B bomb site with Masaki getting the entry frag. But you're still waiting for Lawson to get this kill, forcing on to rotate out. Nice drop here, switch weapons. He's going to spot one, he's going to take him down. Garrett is still very slow on the drop zone. He manages to get the bomb carrier, and finally comes on a rotate, but only 2 HP remaining. Like I said, just waited a little bit too long. And because of that, gave a chance for Lawson to drop 2 of his own, and he's now tied up in terms of top frags with Misaki. Both of them at 20 kills on each team. So now you're forcing buys and forcing drops on this round. And you're looking at eco things if you're actually going to be able to get this round here. Lawson with a nade. That's not going to hurt anybody here. Only Davey down at 99. A little bit too late on the incendiary grenade throw as well. Davey's going to look to drop down. Lawson once again wins that fight. Rest of them are going to try to get the entry into the B bomb site, but they're actually going to go for a 2-man push here towards that drop zone and try to win and take control of that. But one's still lurking towards the A bomb site, and that's going to be Pex at long A. But nobody's rotated, of course, here for the CT side because they still have a 1-man advantage in this round. So it's going to be up to Mario in the back of the site at Chicken Coop. But he's looking towards drop. Well, Lawson's already there, so should probably be looking at the entrance of B instead. So a little bit of miscommunication going on through there, but the lurker gets taken down. So that's going to be a cue for the last three guys to just try to gamble it and try to make it out and get the right entries into the B bomb site. Misaki dropping down. They spot White Ranger at the rock. Mario going with the quick sidestep kill and a second one. That is a deadly assassin mode. And Vez now the last man standing. I think he was stuck inside the site. Thankfully for that smoke. Stays alive for a bit and could actually manage to save his AK here. 13 seconds left on the clock. He's just looking for some entries or some exits. And that's going to be the round coming in for the CT side. But if they actually manage to get the kill onto him inside the drop zone. Oh, they all went towards the main side. That's crazy. He would have been so broke right there. But now they have an AK that they saved, that they salvaged out of that missed round. Hopefully they can get something out of it. And this could be a gamble as well, where Pex could actually go for an AK armor and also flash if he wanted to. But to go for some sort of an old school U5 dead zone strat, where you go for 2 AKs and pistols after. But they're just going to go for the 1 AK and count on Vez to go for an entry frag. He's going to run through the smoke. He's going to eat a nade down to 27 HP. Now he's lurking across. They don't know he made it. White Ranger's going to take him down, and now they're just going to run through the smoke and try to get something done. They're going one by one, and one by one they fall down. They're like toy soldiers. So you'll see the buy coming through right now for the terrorist team. And at this point, they keep trying to work towards B every single round. Is it going to be a little bit faster right now? You can see it from that minimap. They are playing a lot more aggressive than usual. But they're actually going to try to get some entries towards mid as well. They do, so they take down Fruit. They might have to force a rotation out on the CT side, which is good. Which gives an opening towards the drop zone for them to take. So this is a great round for H Gaming to start. But they're all reconvening towards A. So this is a gamble right now. Okay, so they dropped the bomb there. So what they're going to do here is they're going to try to take control of that drop zone, pinch back towards the connector, especially with another entry kill there onto Lawson. And finally, the third time's a charm on that 1 versus 1. Davey gets the upper hand. So it's up to Max Meister by himself inside A. Mario dropped towards B, and everybody's just dropping left and right. They just couldn't hold that push. And White Ranger's about to get flanked here by Masaki towards the entrance of B. And it's a flawless round coming in for the terrorist team. Still a buy situation possible here for ZPG, and I think they're actually finally... Yep, they are finally going to go for an op here for Lawson. Lawson, usually with this AWP, likes to go down towards middle op. And that's what he's going to choose. So if you get an early pick onto Pex... Drop zone is won by Davey onto Fruit. So it should have been Lawson playing that drop zone as usual, but they are pushing aggressively inside B. So White Ranger has to hold it. Bomb plant comes through, so at least he could call that the bomb is there. He spotted himself. He gets the dink through the wall here onto Masaki. Down to 2 HP. Cannot capitalize on the kill. Going for the flash. Masaki hiding inside the smoke, and drops another smoke for him to hide through. That is crazy. White Ranger getting another kill there. And White Ranger still trying to spam across. Cannot get the kill. He's looking for Masaki, and Lawson's going to get the kill. And now Pex is going to be the last man standing. 1 versus 1 situation. Clock is ticking on that bomb. No kit in the hands of Lawson. A molly being thrown as well. So this is such a great round there for... Oh, he picks up a kit at the same time. He flashed out Pex, but Pex manages to come out and get the kill. And that was so close, but the round comes in here for Ace Gaming to get one step closer to bringing us to a third map, which will be on train if needed be. As that was one intense round there. Now they're still going for an aggressive push towards B. You do have a mixed buy going on here, a forced buy for actually ZPG. They went for an AWP, M4, and pistols. And after going, they're selling a fake. They threw everything that they could towards this B bomb site, but they're running back towards mid, and they hurt them right now. for the CT side. Lawson, if you get an op shot coming through here. Meanwhile, Right Ranger's going to take down Davey towards B. But Lawson still has the op to work with towards the A bomb site. And it's going to be a fake to fake to fake. So it's going to have to be up to Masaki to try to get an entry kill here. He does so onto White Ranger as that flash went just behind him, so he was never really blinded. But then Fruit holding back, getting the kill by pushing down on that flank. He never saw that coming. He thought his teammates were there, but as they ran back towards mid to start, they never expected that. And as Mario now peeks through, he's like, oh crap, there's 3 guys with the bomb, AKs. I'm down, I'm dead. Molly coming through, Fruit getting a headshot onto Garrett. And now it's a 3 versus 2 situation. Touchdown nade from Pex onto Fruit. Lawson still has the op though. Max Meister peeking out, trying to win this fight, does not get the kill. So it's a 2 versus 1 now. Lawson dropping the bomb carrier. It's picked up by Pex now. Oh, he just spotted him here. It's a 1 versus 1. Can he redeem himself? Here comes a leg shot. He misses it though. And he has no nades to work with. Pex is so low, and Pex gets the kill on that clutch. 2 for 2 in that 1 versus 1 situation versus Lawson. It is now game point, or match point, should I say, for the second map for Ace Gaming. What a big round there. And they almost lost to a force buy, which would have put them in a tight pickle actually for this round here. They're going to try to go for possibly some sort of early boost. No, they're actually selling a fake towards long. The rest of them are towards A site. Fruit's waiting. Oh, puts him down to 6 HP. Ace is moving up. Max Meister and that connector walking through the smoke, but Garrett was waiting for him there. This should be it. The molly is being thrown across. And White Ranger has 12 HP right after that. Fully spotted now. And this should be it. We're going to go through a third map, ladies and gentlemen. Mario, the last man standing now, and picked off in a flawless victory. Great way to end it right now for Ace Gaming, as we will now go to train to see who will represent Canada in the Electronic Sports World Cup Canadian Finals, and who will represent us in the Grand Championship Finals happening later on this weekend. So let's take a quick break, and I'm sure they're going to do the same thing. And then we'll see you guys on the third map here on the Cyber Entertainment Agency.
Stop playing, start giving!
Stop the hands of time. I'll stop the hands of an atom splits to create a distraction, and every single is a counterfeit, a misdirection. And baby, I wait forever to find you, and I change, but never to blind you. Stop
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back here to the Cyber Entertainment Agency with myself, Van Silly, getting ready for the third and final map between Ace Gaming and Ze Pug Godz, starting a knife round on Train to see who will start on what side and who will also represent Canada at the Electronic Sports World Cup, and should I say even Championship, starting next weekend. So we are knifing for sides. First map was on Mirage, won by Ze Pug Godz. Second one, Ace Gaming, won by Ace Gaming, of course, which is why we see this third map right now happening on Train. And it's going to be Ze Pug Godz that gets the advantage to choose which side that they want, and it's going to be on the CT side first. My opinion, nothing really changed so far in terms of how this is here for Train. Even though it's been sort of revamped on the outside bomb side, especially. For me, it's still quite easy to look back and control that middle side and what we used to call T-Con from the alleyway. It's a little bit harder if you're going to try to cover it from Z. You don't really have a Z to cover up to the connector anymore, so that's why you always see them, or you often see CTs pushing out to the E box to cover both the ladder room and also the middle room area as well. But you're most likely going to see usually a 4-1 sort of setup here on this map of Train. Unless they get bad spawns and they can't have anybody push up aggressively at lower inner bomb site to try to spot out, which is going to be that bomb site B to spot feet towards the upper push, then you want to play two guys there. But the way that CSGO is, and the movement is a little bit faster, and from what I remember, as in the past few weeks I played a few 1.6 pugs, movement's a bit faster, so the T's can actually make it down to lower quite faster than what it used to be in 1.6. So if you're actually going to try to push up aggressively at lower ramp, you might encounter quite a few guys as soon as you make it towards the bottom there. But we're going to wait for them to switch sides, and we're going to start out the pistol round here with ZPG on the CT side, and Ace Gaming on the terrorist side. Now, as you can see from the roster, if you guys are just tuned in right now, Ace Gaming has a slightly different roster than what we usually seen towards the CEVO and ESEA leagues, as they do have their 6/7th men playing, which is going to be Can't Stop, Won't Stop, also known as Garrett. While they do have a ringer as a stand-in here for as a 5th player, which is going to be Davey from Threes Up, or from X-Affinity fame. As I don't know if you checked out recently towards the CEVO or ESEA rosters, but that kind of changed a bit from what the roster used to be. Nonetheless, we are live here in this pistol round. Lawson's already pushed up at lower, gets the early headshot onto Davey. Two more trying to push him down, but he's going to fall back in. White Ranger, also known as Sav, is going to be on the top to support him. Meanwhile, though, towards the alley side, Vez has taken out Maxmeister, and they do spot the bomb. We also still have Fruit, who's on the top of the 6th train, trying to take him down, but they rotate back towards the back. He's now on blue train on the outside, cannot manage to get the kills. He's going to try to flank his opponent from behind, which is going to be Garrett, who's going for the white peak now. Cannot connect his shots himself, but they are closing in and wrapping towards the B bomb site for the T spawn. For the T-Terrorist team through the CT spawn. Nice shot by Mario, drops the bomb carrier, going long range against Pex. It's now a 3 versus 2, but a 2 versus 1 towards this B bomb site, and a 1 versus 1 towards the outside. Fruit goes with a 1 tap in the face of Garrett, and that leaves now Pex the last man standing. Bomb is down with 42 seconds left on the clock. Pex is looking to not make any noise right now. He's creeping up so far, but Fruit is still winning towards Z. They reassess, they spot him now. He gets the headshot onto Lawson. It's now a 2v1, but he's low on health with not much time left to work. He's now down to 4 HP. What he has to do right now is try to pick up the bomb and at least go for a bomb plant, but as soon as he turns around the corner, Fruit rotated out from Z, and the pistol round comes in favor of Ze Pug Godz. So a great round there for ZPG with the opening kills, but a nice attempt, though, by that opening that they had towards the alley side, and it's actually very rare that you see CTs playing back towards that 3 train now. Back in 1.6, back in Source, you usually have somebody looking right where Fruit is crossing right now, towards that 3 train, towards that old bomb train, towards the outside to cover out towards alley and support, and also to look out towards ladder room. But that place is pretty much non-existent in these days. Nonetheless, though, it is going to be a pistol round for Ace Gaming with no armor at all in P250s. And they are getting dispatched here with the first casualty coming through, but a nice trade coming as well as the bait comes across. But the SMGs are just a little bit stronger this time, though, as they get aim punched and taken down. But they still manage to take down 3 on the terrorist side. Soon, maybe 4. And he does so. Davey does get the headshot. It's a 1 versus 1 against Lawson. He does have the UMP. Lawson still has armor, though, so he does have a better advantage, but no nades to work with. Davey does have a flash, though. That's not going to work. He peeks out now towards the bomb train, and Lawson's going to pick him up with the P90. And you know what? That is a great save for Ace Gaming. Not able to get a bomb plant, though, but getting so many kills in the first round and so many kills on the second one, you could see them there, where they don't actually need a bomb plant to go for a buy. They're able to go for AK armor, full armor as well, but at the same time, by not getting the bomb plant, that's the disadvantage there. They don't have any smokes, they don't have any flashes to work with, this, except for the one in the hands of Masaki, who played it a bit smarter, that went for Galil so he could buy a smoke for the team. And you can see from the upper map, from the overhead view, they're going to try to split here towards this A-bomb site. They're trying to go for the shoulder peak first and try to get some information, but it pays the price because Lawson was actually up on the rail. Second time that he pushes up aggressively towards low right, he does get the kill. So that resets things a bit, but they're still going to try to work towards the outside, but Fruit is waiting right there. And if they actually go for this boost to try to go over, Fruit is waiting. Oh, Fruit hears that fail of a drop, but he gives his own position away by mollying a little bit too far in the back, and just like that, 2 of them fall, but he at least gets the kill onto Vez with the flames. Now Garrett's going to be forced to fall back inside the site to pick up the bomb and maybe try to work back towards the ladder room. Meanwhile, White Ranger, also known as Sav, as I called him a White Ranger the whole round, but it's actually Sav, was able to get a kill towards the outside, leaving Garrett the last man standing with 34 seconds left on the clock. Again, nothing to work with, so he's going to have to count on sheer aim and hopefully the peeker's advantage to get entries towards the outside. Peeks out towards the ladder room and sees nothing there. The crossfire is set up, though, with Mario and with Sav towards Z and towards 6 train at green. Garrett's not making a single noise. He's going to try to get this kill first. The pre-fire comes through, and Sav does get the kill there. And that's going to be now 3 unanswered rounds in a forced buy that did not pay off here for the terrorist team. Is going to put them on a save where they could actually go for just pistols if they want to. Again, if they want to go for ops after. And that's exactly what they're going to do. The first time they did that, they almost won the round, so they're going to try it again without any armor. But this time, it's not submachine rifles that they're submachine guns that they're up against. They're up against full rifles and a P90 still in the hands of Lawson, who once again pushes aggressively at lower. He's on the rail. He's waiting for the peak. He spots the legs. He puts David down to 20. They're pushing through at the same time. He does get the first kill on to Masaki. A second one onto Pex. Runs out of bullets. Spots a third one here. A fourth one pushes through, but he does not have any support at all. And finally, Sav is coming across. Spots Davey. Takes it down with the AK. Garrett, trying to peek through, but gets immediately dispatched by the AK-47 with no armor. You're pretty much getting shredded there. And that's a big round there by Lawson. Great awareness on how they're going to play that push. And that is going to be now 4 unanswered rounds with still full AKs and full nades coming in for the terrorist team, which is a little bit smarter in my opinion than having an AWP. With the way that these rounds have been played out so far and the aggressiveness of ZPG, it's better for them to go with rifles if they want to try to go back for an aggressive push on the outside, but they're playing a little bit more slowly than usual now, and it's a little bit tough because now Lawson is actually set up with an AWP on his own, and from being at lower ramp, there you go, that's what I was talking about before. He's pushing down towards lower ramp every single round. This time he has an AWP to spot down both towards lakeside and towards rail. First one's going to peek, he's going to spot him, he's going to get dinked, but that's through a wall, so he still has a lot of health to work with. But that's why you see more 4 guys stacked on the outside this time for the CT side. Lawson's going to try to fall back here towards 3 train, back towards 1 oil rig. He's going to spot towards upper, but meanwhile they are trying to lurk back towards the entries on the outside, and Davey does get the upper hand onto Mario towards the ladder room. The bomb is still dropped intentionally here as smokes are being thrown, but it could still be some sort of a fake. They are spread out across the map. They do have full map control here for the terrorist team, and they're lurking slowly out the ladder room and towards the alleyway. And the bomb's making his way back towards T-spawn, so they will try to execute towards the outside. 2 guys are pinned back, Maxmeister and White Ranger, also known as Sav, towards the Z and towards the CT Heaven. And Sav is able to drop 2 of his own, not including the bomb carrier though. It is still an unknown. It is now spotted. Gets taken down by Garrett, but Max is still up there. He's not even going to break the glass. He's going to let them plant. but Fruit's going to push up and get the kill, and that's going to end that round to make now 5-0 in favor of the counter-terrorist team. As this is looking very good for Ze Pug Godz so far, and a lot of people that are watching this right now would kind of not be surprised if Ace Gaming loses this one, because they actually did get dropped down, did not have a good showing on the professional league here for ESEA, but you're still expecting them to win in terms of the experience that they have individually in the scene for CSGO Source in 1.6, and also on the international scene on LAN, because this is actually live here in Comic-Con in Montreal at the Palais des Congrès. So you expect that they are okay with playing in front of a crowd or playing in a busy area. Meanwhile, on ZPG's side, you do have Fruit, Lawson, and Sav that do have LAN experience, but never been on a really big stage aside from local LANs such as ETS or Extravaganza. So skill's a little bit different, but it's still the same in terms of LAN experience. And Lawson getting the first kill onto Davey from the bomb train into the ladder room. It is now a 5-on-4 situation in favor of the CT side with 36 seconds left on the clock. They have to act fast, and this is actually like, what, the third or fourth gun round that they actually have been playing it very slowly right now for the T side, executing with the last 30 seconds, being very predictable of how they're going to execute it after. As soon as they see a few guys, 30 seconds left, you know they're going to commit towards this A-bomb site, so they haven't really been selling any fakes. Now, Lawson with another op kill, going to try to go for a no-scope, does so onto Vez, and on the drop, trying to get one mid-air as he was falling down, but Pex gets the best out of that. But there's 8 seconds remaining, bomb is down, and Mario will just get the kill there with the M4 from the ladder room, and it's now going to be 6-0. So they really can't work anything out right now, and this is not a random map, though. This went through a veto process. As it turns out, the third map was going to be trained here for both of these teams, and so far you're really pugging it out for both sides, and it's working. Because like how aggressively Fruit is pushing, he pushed all the way out with flashes as well to look towards the alleyway, and he sees nothing there. It's a safe round coming in for Ace Gaming as they're trying to work towards the outside, and they're just trying to push as a team. But basically pistols against rifles, you're going to lose that fight, and Vez is now going to be the last man standing in what I would call the new sandwich now, between blue and green train. The old sandwich used to be at the 5 train, used to have 2 tugs there towards the middle and the outside. It's sort of been shifted there towards that 6 train. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about towards 6 train, 5 train, 4 train, 3, and 2 and 1, it basically starts from the first set of rails from the B site. So if you're looking at the inner bomb site, the first oil rig, that's 1 train. The bomb site itself, and then the tug right next to it, that's 2 train, 3 train. Then on the outside, you have 4 train, which is the bomb site outside, the 5 train, and then the 6 train. Alright? The more you know. So a good round coming through here for the terrorist team. They will, with all this bonus money that they had, or they had built up, will be able to go for an AWP this time, but a lot of money is invested right now, and they have to count on Misaki to try to get an entry here towards the upper bomb site, and they've kind of switched through this defense here for the CT side. They went back for a 2 guys inner because Lawson actually wasn't able to push all the way up towards the lower because they're actually playing outside for this round. So I'm wondering for the CT side if they're just playing by spawn. So you do have Sav and Mario playing inner this time. Lawson's on the outside trying to op it out, but here comes the execution towards inner. Counter flashes coming through across. 3 guys making their way towards lower ramp. It's going to be Pex at the point. Mario's fully exposed, but Pex wasn't able to get the kill there. And he loses the fight. And just like that, they're getting picked off 1 by 1, and the bomb is down. Sav going to work, and Lawson coming in from the Z-shaped hallway and gets the op kill against the Opera on the T side. And it is now 8 unanswered rounds, but still a gun round possible here for this terrorist team of Ace Gaming, who are getting totally smashed so far in this half. Now, if they don't get this plant here, they're going to be broke, forcing maybe Galils or AK small armors, but they have to at least get a plant right now. This is why they're working as a team. Lawson's going to spot one, whiffs the shot, and he's going to pay the price, and he wasn't in a good position for a retreat. So this is a big advantage for Ace right now to overtake the site. Sav is already inside, though, trying to drop one mid-air. Flash is coming through. He's still alive. They're going to get the bomb plant. Mission is 50% there right now for Ace Gaming. They get the entry. They get the plant. Now they have to get the hold. MSI starting to flank, dropping one. It's a 3 versus 2. Masaki on the top of, at the lower ramp. He's going to try to flash and push down. Trying to defend the site, but he thought somebody was defusing. Nobody was there. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Mario versus Vez. He spots Vez right now towards the 3 train. They're battling it out. They cannot connect. Vez gets the upper hand now, and he doesn't even hit him once. And Vez finally puts 1 point on the scoreboard here for Ace Gaming, as it's now going to be 8-1. Man, oh man. Let's look it back here. Since round number 1, they've won the pistol round with 3 casualties, then 4, then 2 casualties. Then it went to 1 casualty, 2, nobody dead, and nobody dead for the 2 rounds after. So they have so much money built up right now for the CT side, as you can see. Lawson back with an EWP on the outside. But Inner finally seemed to be working for the terrorist team, and they will try it again. One's selling the fake right now, which is working well. It's going to be Vaz, and he's forcing 2 guys to lob nades towards the alleyway. After that call, maybe they're going to try to push out towards the inner, and indeed they are. So one is lurking out towards Z, he's going to try to pinch across, and that is Davey. And because nobody's playing Z, this is going to be huge for him right now to get this flank. He's going to be able to take down Sav and his opponent, or his teammate Mario from behind, and that's going to be the huge cue right now for the terrorist team to move inside the site. Here he comes. Davey from behind. Getting the first kill, looking back towards Z. Misses the fight against Max, though. So we still have Mario alive at the inner bomb site. He should have had 2 kills right there. But now it could still be a big hold right now for the CT side. Max taking out Masaki, then traded out by Pex, but the bomb is down. Mario spamming through the smoke. He's going to be able to take down Pex. And it's a 3 versus 2 situation now with the bomb picked up and making his way back towards the outside because you do have Vez holding that spot towards Z. He does get the upper hand against Lawson. And now we're virtually at the same health for both teams with the bomb planted, so a slight advantage now for Ace Gaming as they have the better positioning here. They have control of the outside, while Mario and Fruit will just have to make a lot of noise to try to catch him out. Mario spamming towards the top. I think he was spotted here. Ooh. He's going to flash out towards ladder, maybe? Here comes the defuse. The first kill comes across. Still trying to spam across. He's spamming towards the wrong arrow. Vez just whiffs all of his shots. And man, I am baffled. They will be able to drop AKs if they want to, but Garrett says, screw it, I'm just going to buy full nades instead of dropping my teammates. It's going to be a dead zone U5 strat with full armor and AKs for the 1 save, 1 armor and deagle for Masaki, and Tech 9s for the other 2. Fruit's going to flash out towards long, knows that Vez is there. But at this point, well, that was a heartbreaking round. That was Ace Gaming's round to win. They're looking to still be working towards the outside right now. Garrett was looking back towards this mid area, but sees nothing, so 2 guys are still coming in towards long. So Fruit will play the corner after this smoke. Misaki waiting with the deagle, but might have hurt that reload coming through, so he's waiting there. Gets the kill. A nade comes through from Lawson, and then picked out by Vez. Now finally, Garrett gets the kill from T-Con. But the bomb is still so far behind. They're still trying to overtake towards the outside, but they don't have the bomb with them. They spot one towards CT Heaven. That's going to be Max. Cannot win that fight. Dropping down. Dave was trying to lurk down as a ninja again towards Z. He does get the kill. Trying to go for a second one, but Sav just goes for the Peeker's advantage to get the frag. Now Pex is trying to do the same, but Sav goes for another kill there with the M4. And it's now going to be 10-1. In favor of ZPG. That's going to put a buy situation at least for Ace Gaming here. But still, is this how you want to finish the 3rd map, final map here? Because it is tied up 1-1. This is only best out of 3, single elimination. So what happened there? If you guys haven't really been following the ESWC Canadian Qualifier, we actually had an online double elimination set up before. And then the top 2 of the online bracket made it to the LAN finals at Comic-Con in Montreal. And then to go on to a best out of 3 single elimination setup. Now Sav getting 1 kill, putting Vez in the last man situation on a 2v1, looking to clutch, but at the same time, when Sav actually got the kill, he's down to 4 HP. We'll leave the bomb here. Lawson's going to play above the ladder. Vez is still trying to look and lurk down towards the Z to see if he could pick anybody out, but Sav rotated all the way across there towards that 6 train, or towards the back of the bomb 4 train, sorry, and got the pick off there. It's now going to be 11-1 in favor of Ze Pug Godz. Fruit, from the way it's written, if you guys didn't know, it's still the same Fruit from Mousebaz, a local Toronto player. So we do have some good, actually, talent here in Toronto in terms of gamers. You got Davey, you got Fruit, you got Sav. Well, Sav is in Ottawa, but I'm talking about Ontario, let's say. And after Sav, you got Uber. Steel, of course, you cannot forget Steel. Josh Nissan. And a bunch more, I gotta say. Shroud, of course, Shroud, who actually just got 2nd place there at the ESWC CSGO Pro League. Heartbreaking defeat, though. They put up a great fight, a great series against Fnatic, and a great run in the group play so far. Looking forward to see what's going to come out of them in the future, especially as they're going to be flying out probably tomorrow to Montreal to come back with the jet lag, readjust to that, and come and play with Keith Stars, Titan, and others in Montreal for the ESWC World Championships. Now the bomb's going to get planted towards the outside, 4-on-2 situation. Sav getting 1 kill there, trying to go for a second one. Spots Vez, puts him down to 72. It's a 2 versus 2 situation though, as Fruit goes to work with 2 kills of his own. Fruit looking for an ace now. It's going to be a flash, but no defuse attempt coming through here. It's going to be a tap. So he taps out, Pex is going to peek out. Sav wins that one, peeks out towards the front. He's going to go for the full defuse now. Nope. He lets it go. He peeks back out, gets the kill, and will have enough time for the defuse. Nice clutch there for Sav. And look at that. Not only does he get a 2 versus 1 and a defuse, he's at $16,000 in terms of the bankroll. Are you kidding me? Last round of the first half, Ace Gaming is looking to lose this 14-1. At least to get a bomb plan, though, so they're going to be able to buy. So, full bonus money, $800. You're looking at 43. So you could go with full AK armor and whatever money that they had from the rounds before. They will have full nades. And this is a much needed round, of course, for Ace Gaming to try to keep this alive, because one small mistake on the second half, if they lose this one 14-1, they're going to have a huge uphill battle to play. So at least they managed to take down Mario to start things off at inner, but Lawson's pushed all the way up towards the ladder room, so that he knows, and he's going to call it out for his team that they're going to work towards the outside. And he's going for a quick ladder flank, takes down Pex to about 23. But meanwhile, they still overtake the outside bomb site. Sav now the last man standing, playing it around the bomb train. Spot it now, and there you go. Much needed round, won by Ace Gaming. We're finishing the first half 13-2. But you know what? I'm not going to discount it yet. Because it could still be a CT-sided map. Like I said, not much has changed in terms of how you play the defense here on Train. If you focus it well to have a 4-1 on the outside, you're pretty much well covered. If you don't have any set smokes like NIP does when they smoke out the whole bomb site on the outside by smoking from above the ladder through the windows, then it's pretty much an all-around gunfight, and you can see it from the way this has been played. It's an all-out Pug and Frag Fest from both teams. So really no setup so far. Well, you can't really say anything for the CT side as they held it quite slowly to start things off. You're playing CT side, you don't really have much strats to work with, you just have to hold spots, and they have been holding it quite well, and they pretty much saw Ace Gaming being very predictable. Now all 5 of them are grouped up towards the inner bomb site. They were spotted by Pex. They do have 2 smokes and 2 flashes to work with, so this is what they're going to try to do here. They're going to smoke down towards lower, they're going to flash in as well, give a chance for them to push in towards the right side. If they're able to get the kill onto Pex right after, then they're probably going to push towards CT spawn as well to try to catch them off guard. There's a flash. Pex is fully blinded. They flash towards the top as well. And he smoked towards the top as well, if I'm not mistaken. Here comes the plant. Masaki still gets a kill and gets a second one onto Sav, but the bomb at least has been planted. Moving in across, Max Meister gets the kill on to Masaki, and meanwhile we also have Pex that has fallen down. It's a 3 versus 3. Max trying to flank across, but Get Right gets a nice flick shot to take him down. It's a 2 versus 3 now. Mario cannot connect his shots. Vez meanwhile takes down Lawson. Finally Mario gets a kill as he turns around, cannot connect up to Vez. As that keeps the dream alive here for Ace Gaming right now, that they will go for a defuse. And I think at this point, I don't think that ZPG should go for a buy. They have 10 rounds to work with before their enemies, their opponents, could catch up to them. So go for a full save here. And then just go for rifles right after. And there you go. Smoke and a flash. 2 P250s and a Glock. So probably Lawson with a smoke and a flash is going to try to go towards the inner. And they're going to try it again, possibly. And then go for the plant after. Pex, meanwhile, has smoked up down towards the lower ramp. All 5 of them are grouped up one more time. There's Lawson with the first smoke. He's going to flash down. There's the cue for them to push in. They're walking across, not making any noise. They eat that nade, though. They're getting spammed through the smoke as well. And Lawson just needs to get this bomb plant down. He will be able to do so. So that's 2 big bomb plants. That's $1,600 saved up there from the last 2 rounds. Mission accomplished. They're going to have AWPs now if they want to as well. So at least there's no money lost there on the counter-terrorist side. So they could upgrade, actually, the submachine guns to go for full M4s here for Davey. But look at that. They actually invested in 3 FAMASs on the second round at the same time. So I don't think you're going to drop those FAMASs for M4s. So I think, in my opinion, the advantage still comes in here for the terrorist side. Now, when I was talking for a full for an AWP as well, they had to go probably glass cannon if they wanted to. But Lawson's not going to go for that gamble, so they're going to go for full AK buys, full grenades as well. Molly being thrown towards inner, so it was sweater of aggressive. Masaki's already at the ladder room. Walking through the smoke. Here's the flash across. He's going to push in right now. They're hugging each other. They get the kill. Oh my god, they corner him. He does barely any damage up to Mario at the same time with 68 HP because he flashed himself moving inside the ladder room. So this is a big plant coming in so far. With sub 1 lurking towards that E-box. It's going to be fast. He does get the kill, but quickly traded out by Max Master towards that ladder room. So now it's a 3 versus 4. Vex, big flash inside ladder, but Mario kills him blinded! Oh my god! Now Garrett's the last man standing. And he's taken down by Sav, and that's going to be now 14-4. With 2 bomb plants coming in, the money's reset, and they are broke. They are broke right now for the counter-terrorist team of Ace Gaming. Like I said, you invested FAMASs on the second round. It's tough. FAMASs are a tough gun to play with, I'm not going to lie. They couldn't get any kills there. They managed only to get 1. So of course they have to go for a forced buy. They don't want to go for a tie here. So yeah, 2 M4s of FAMAS, a 5.7 and a CZ. Only 1 kit in the hands of Pex, playing towards the inner bomb site, and they're gonna have to play it aggressively to try to go for a flank. Fruit opening up onto Masaki, and if they actually lose this round, they're gonna be broke for the last round as well. This is looking to be over quite early. Big flank coming through from the last 2 guys, and it's going to be Pex and Get Right. Flash comes out, bomb is planted. They're trying to go for the trade against Lawson, but now they're a pin, they're stuck. Time for you guys to save your guns. That's it. Time for the others to go on a hunt here to prevent these guys from saving their guns. So you can see them moving out already towards T-spawn. They're going to hold each other at an angle right now. You're looking to get some coffee and rest out in the lounge area. This is very 1960s in terms of offices here. This is an old train station. And he's going to get 1. He's not going to get a second one. So the M4 is lost. And there's only a FAMAS that was saved. Game point situation right now for Ze Pug Godz to end this in 3 maps. All out buy coming in right now. Glass Cannon Scout for Davey. Interesting. Like I said, he's done it before with Mobility Gaming where he took out a map or a round against iBuy Power in last year's Canadian qualifiers with Mobility Gaming when they had 5 guys with scouts. Now can he hold it back to keep the dream alive here for Ace Gaming against Ze Pug Godz? Again, it is such a force broken by that they have. They are committing towards this B bomb site where the weakness is happening. Vez only has a 5-7. Masaki is in there as well. They do manage to get the kills, and they also flamed down Mario. This is huge. Vez pushing through, dropping it down. Masaki picking up the AK-47, dropping 2 of his own. And just like that, it's a 3 versus 1. Masaki is dropped down, but there's still 48 seconds left on the clock. Lawson to try to clutch a 3 versus 1 at the pop dog. Spots Davey. Davey going for a jump scout. Oh boy. Spots him, takes him down. Trying to pre-fire the shot, and can't stop, won't stop. Garrett on the top with a CZ long range gets the kill, and what a round by Masaki. That breaks up the economy slightly there for ZPG, but Sav could actually drop for fruit. So it's going to be a full AK round coming across here, but the rifle comes in across for Ace Gaming as well. So if they win this one here, you'll see them on a save for the T side, and they're executing for outside. So here's a smoke right there for the bomb site, for them to run through and get the plant straight through. Counter flash is coming through as well. They're going to try still to execute towards the outside and retake this before the smoke dissipates. There's some mollies being thrown, bad nade being thrown as well. But they spot him, they're crossfire, the bomb is down, pushing up towards Hell. And just like that, the scout comes in favor of Davey again. And Mario's the last man standing, picked off by Vez. And now you'll see ZPG on a save. (15-6) is our score now. As with this, you do have a few armors and Tech 9s being thrown, or being bought, should I say, sorry. And here's that real smoke for a Z there, thrown by Sav, and they're going to try to run through to try to get the bomb plant. No, actually it's a fake to force a rotate, and they're going to try to work inner. And it's working so far, everybody's rotated all the way back of the inner bomb site, but they haven't really committed in yet. The rotate's coming through from outside to inner. And it's slowly reset. Maxmeister is going to be the first one spotted here as he peeks down towards upper. Cannot get any shots there onto onto Garrett, sorry. And they're going to try to run through without the smoke. That is a bad idea. Lawson at least gets the kill, and he's going to try to get the bomb plant now as Garrett's coming from the top. Sav down the last man stand. This should be it. So no bomb plants coming through on that investment coming across, but still enough money for them to go for a forced buy with Maxmeister stuck with the Galil if they want to go for a buy. Again, they still have plenty of rounds to work with, so they should just go for pistols, and they will, rather. So pistol armor right now. Lawson not buying anything because he probably just wants an op for the next round. We've worked towards mid and towards inner quite a few times. That didn't work. Now they're going to try towards alley. Davies down to about 75, but he's going to be able to push him back with that flash, those nades, and the molly as well. But Mario doesn't get damage at all from that. The other guys are moving out towards Pecan, but Masaki is waiting there, Vez as well. Just a burst shots coming through, and this should be another easy round coming in for the CT side. Bomb is lurking out now, but taking down by Masaki. Now it's 15-8. So there is now 4 unanswered rounds here for Ze Pug Godz, but the pressure is always on Ace Gaming side right now, as again, they've been facing game point situation or facing loss in elimination since the 4th round of the second half. So basically they have to win 9 rounds in a row, 11 rounds in a row to be able to tie it. That's crazy. So things are going to calm down just for a bit. Like I said, that's why you do have the op in the hands of Lawson from not buying any armor from the round before. He's trying to see if anybody's going to push aggressively right now. They're really counting on him to try to get an entry fight, but at the same time, if they spot him or even kill him, they drop the bomb carrier. So Lawson should just leave the bomb outside from the peak first. Oh, here's that push on the upper, but Mario comes down towards the ladder room and picks him off. So now it's a 4-on-5 situation in favor of the terrorist team of ZPG. Make that still a 1-minute advantage. Now 2. They're moving outside towards the outside bomb site now. Masaki down to 5 HP. Does get the kill, though, onto Mario. Bomb is yet to be planted. Masaki still at 5 HP. Gets another kill there, but now it's up to Pex on a 2 versus 1 situation. 20 seconds left on the clock. He's at the bomb train. They know he's there. He eats an 8 down to 54. He gets the headshot to Max. Has no idea where Lawson's at, and Lawson flays across, gets the kill, and that's going to end the game 16-8, and also the series with ZPG to represent Canada at the Electronic Sports World Cup Championship next weekend in Montreal. Good games. Congratulations. As men, oh men, I was not expecting that. I was expecting Ace Gaming to take this one. And the unfortunate thing as well is that Ace Gaming never went through the online qualifier. They actually got a berth to the LAN finals already in Canada and Montreal for the qualifier. And yet, all they had to do was win 2 series. They were only able to win 1. They won against Vinland quite decisively, like 16-4 and 16-2. But they struggled hard against ZPG, so it shows you how much of a skill gap there is when you're playing against ZPG, who sort of still has somewhat of a pug setup there for that team. So that being said, good games are exchanged. Congratulations to both teams, but a bigger congratulations to Ze Pug Godz. Represent us well here in Canada for the ESWC finals starting on July 7th. Make sure you guys hang around and tune in for that. Give them a quick follow at let me see what their Twitter is. ESWC. So ES World Cup. Give them a follow so they'll tweet it out whenever the matches are going to start. And also who will be the casting lineup there for the grand finals. Also, please, if you're on Twitter, please give me a follow as well. I'm Van Silly. It's been great to cast for you guys. Wish you all a good afternoon, good Sunday, and we'll see you guys next weekend in Montreal.
Stop playing, start giving!